Hey guys! Hello! So, this is very exciting. Today we're going to be talking about Waitress, the musical. It's fine. I'm fine. So if you don't know, I am in New York right now. I got to go see a couple Broadway shows, gonna go to BookCon later this week, but I got a lot of requests from people to review Broadway shows, because I did that the last time I was in New York, so here we are, talking about the shows I'm seeing. This was the last show that I saw this time around. It's Waitress, obviously. I did get to see it with Sarah Bareilles, and I was front row center. Let's talk about it. If you don't know what Waitress is, this is a musical based on the movie with Kerry Russell, and it's all about a waitress named Jenna who is stuck in a bad marriage and she really wants to get out of it, and she falls in love with her doctor. This show has been really popular because Sarah wrote all of the lyrics and the music and stuff, and she started a limited run a couple months ago, I think, on Broadway. And so naturally, when they announced she was going to be on Broadway, I was like, Mom, we're buying tickets right now. And we just happened to get front row, and it was beautiful. I don't think it was my favorite show of the ones that I saw this time around, just because I really liked another show that I saw, but I loved this show more than I think I was expecting. If you've seen the movie is not that great. It's very average and kind of somber, and so going into it I was a little nervous that I wouldn't like it because I didn't like the movie, but that's not true. That's not how it works. This is totally different. I really loved this show. Part of it I think is because the whole time I was like, I'm this far away from Sarah Bareilles. Can you all see this? She's right here. And she literally was right there the whole time. It was just so surreal. But I think the music is great, and my favorite part of the whole show, I think, is that it's just so darn funny. Like, the talking parts were so good, and the actors and actresses they picked were amazing. And like, a lot of them were actually not the original cast. There were a couple like understudies. There's some new guys who came in, but literally all of them I just like loved from the bottom of my heart. They were so good at what they did. Loved them. So the two people that I met, I actually did get to see Sarah outside stage door, but she doesn't sign things when she does stage door. She just kind of says hi and leaves because, you know, she's famous. And so I did get some pictures of her, but I met the main two guys, Earl and Dr. Palmater. They were really beautiful and sweet and nice, and it's fine. It's all good. So I'm going to talk about Waitress. I'll try not to be super spoilery, but if you don't want to be spoiled, just don't watch and come back later. I really loved this show a lot. I think it was really heart-wrenching. There were a lot of moments where I just like started crying because like it's just a hard subject matter. Like, it is funny and it is upbeat and cute and like fluffy and sugary, but also there's like some very deep underlying tones of like abuse and not loving the person you're married to and not having enough money to get out of the place that you're like having abuse done to you. And so there were a lot of times where you're just like sad and uncomfortable and like you want to change it, but like you can't. And so it was really great. I love the message of this show because in the end she doesn't end up with either guy, and she kind of chooses her friends and her family and her baby over like being in love, and I think that's really important. And she just did such a good job. Like, guys, Sarah is such a good actress. Like, I know she's a good singer, and the whole time she was singing I was like, angels are singing, but also she surprised me so much with her acting. I think she should do other things than this when she gets out. She had like a southern accent the whole time, and it was just flawless. So good. And her acting skills, she's great with timing and comedy and like looking really genuine, and I was just very impressed because I know she's a singer, and it's sometimes difficult for singers and or actresses to go to the other one, you know. And so I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. She was just amazing. I think all the actors and actresses did an amazing job. I loved Becky. I think she was such a great character, and we happened to have the understudy that night. I think her name is Anastasia actually, but she so good, and I just like loved her sass level, and all of them, they just like really felt like a family, and it didn't feel rehearsed at all. It felt very natural and beautiful, really beautiful and great. I think honestly, like, two of my favorite people in this show aside from Sarah, I really loved Dr. Palmater. Like, his character in the movie is like, oh yeah, he's cute, it's Nathan Fillion, great, but Chris was so cute. Like the whole time they were together, I was just like, can I get me a Dr. Palmater? I want one of those. Like, so adorable, so nervous and cute, and I'm just like, very good looking as well. But he and Sarah were great together, and I loved all of their interactions. It was just so cute. I also really loved the nurse Norma. She was in a lot of their scenes, and she just always had the best lines. It was like comedy gold, honestly. I also really loved Ogie. I think that's how you say it, I can't remember, but Dawn's fiance, boyfriend, husband. I don't remember who played him. I don't know if he was, I don't think he was the original Ogie, or maybe he was, but funniest guy on stage every time. Like, he was comedy gold. I just like couldn't get over him. Every single thing he said was hilarious. He was so into character, and for a character that was really kind of weird and creepy, I think, in the movie, he turned it into this guy who's like really sweet and funny, and you couldn't help but love him. Like, I think everybody bust out laughing every time he talked because he was just so cute, and he would do spontaneous poetry, and you were just like, I don't know if I would date you, but like, you're great. I want to be around you all the time. I think the sets were really amazing. The problem with sitting front row is that I really just got to know the characters really well, and I got to see the actors and actresses and how they were portraying the parts. But I didn't get to appreciate the lighting. I didn't really appreciate the choreography, and the set was just like, I didn't really see the set either, because I was just like literally right up close. For this show, they don't have an orchestra pit. The orchestra, the band, is on stage, and so I was literally right there with the actors, but I didn't really get to see the full effect of the show. So I don't think I would see every show front row. I think it's more if you know an actor that you really love and you want to see them up close, I would highly recommend that. But if you want to appreciate a show, I don't think front row is the best way to do it. I still love the sets. The sets are really cool because they kind of like move out of places, and so it was just like really cool. I wish I had seen it from back a little bit so I could appreciate it more, but I think they did an amazing job, and I definitely think it's way better than the movie. I really wish that Sarah had an original Broadway cast recording of her singing them instead of on her little CD thing, but like, it's fine, whatever. It was just I saw Sarah Bareilles. It's fine. Also, this is totally random, but I wanted to give a shout out. So Waitress, the lighting designer, assistant lighting designer, associate lighting designer, don't remember his exact title, but he was one of the guys who went to my church when I was growing up, and I'm just like so proud to know somebody who worked on Waitress. It's fine. He's gonna be Broadway famous one day and have a Tony, and I'm gonna cry. Alright, that is my thoughts on Waitress. So let me know in the comments if you've seen Waitress, if you're jealous I saw Waitress and Sarah. Literally anything in the comments. I'd love to talk about this show because I think it's great. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!